most people do, I guess. But exercise has always been very important to me. I used to be a boxer when I was probably from the age of 13 to 18. And I loved it. And ever since then, I've always been active somehow. And I went to college because I wanted to become a police officer. And since then, things kind of change. But while I was in that course, they kind of had you doing a lot of running, jogging, endurance stuff. And so now I kind of do the same type of thing that I did in that course. I'm constantly running. I run outside. I try to do at least maybe 5-10K. Not every day, but as close as I can. And the job I have, auto detailing, definitely makes sure that I stay in shape. So I've always been active, no matter what. And it definitely helps with sleep, food digestion. There's just so many benefits. And I don't really do too much. As far as weight training goes, this is probably the extent of it. A kettlebell is very handy when you want to kind of weight train, but there's less of a risk of any injury. But again, you kind of have to know what you're doing. Sometimes I'll switch from a kettlebell to resistance bands that I have. But sometimes weight training can put a lot of pressure on the joints. So I don't like to do it as much. Just because when I was younger, I did weight train. And now I have some issues with my feet. My heels, namely, and my lower back, just because I used to go like full force. It was all about how much, I could try and bench, how much I could try to leg press. And I realized that I can achieve kind of all the same things with some low intensity workouts. And I try not to do too much working out because, again, my job makes sure that I'm constantly doing something. So it's more of a trying not to pull a muscle during my everyday job, which can happen a lot. But all I use is I believe it's a 20-pound kettlebell. And it really is a great workout, an all-body workout. But yoga, stretching, and running are definitely my favorite things to do. I usually have to do some yoga or stretch, even a little bit, while I wake up. It's because my body is so tense, all my muscles are so tense all the time. But once I get that blood flow going, it just feels so good. So I try to take care of my body as much as I can. Because you never know when you might not be able to do it. Luckily, I don't have any issues with my knees. That was one thing, another reason why I had to kind of stop lifting heavy weights. And there's so many issues with your joints that can And sometimes I'd get this pain in the side of my knee, my right knee. And once I stopped weight training, it kind of went away. So that was kind of my sign. But when I was about 20 to 25, I was really, really into weight training. But I definitely encourage anyone to even just do some Pilates, some yoga, light stretching. And sometimes when you're first starting out, it can be uncomfortable, it can be painful, but once you stick with it, you'd be surprised at how fast the body reacts. It's a good stretch for the glutes, the hamstrings. My hamstrings are on a constant, uncomfortable basis. I usually, in my job, I do probably 10 to 15,000 steps a day, which equals to about 7 to 10 kilometers. And I am in Canada, so I use kilometers, not miles. I just want to make that clear, because sometimes when I say 10K a day, someone will say, what is that? Because I know in America they say miles, so. See, even as I'm in this video, I can start to feel the blood flow. And sit-ups are actually one of those muscle groups that you can do all the time, every day. Your stomach and your calf muscles. Usually certain body parts you'd have to maybe work out your chest and your biceps on, say, a Monday, and then maybe you do opposite body parts Tuesday, and maybe have a rest Wednesday, and then go back to the same muscle groups that you did on Monday. But rest is definitely very important part of recovery. When I first started working out, I was doing it all every day. I would work out 5 days a week. And then I had to realize to kind of take it slow. The muscles and the muscle groups will remember, and they will get exhausted. So it's one of those things where I guess less is more. Those side stretches really help my hips. I had a back injury about 10 years ago. I was tobogganing down a hill, and I went over a bump, and my tailbone landed on the ground, and it hurt so bad. Ever since then, my back has never been the same, and that was about 10 years ago.